Malachi, if you had to wear the green dot, how would the communication helmet do you feel comfortable doing that, relaying on calls?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is just like communication. That's something that we practice throughout the week. But I think whoever is going to end up wearing it, they're going to do a great job because that's something that like we practice and we harp on. But no, I think whoever is going to go to, it's going to be great.
How different is it out there without Kyle Hamilton, and what would it be like on Sunday if you can't play?
Yeah, I think it's different. You spend all that time with somebody. But I was here in OTAs and stuff with Rube and Noose and everybody, Dre, everybody could be back there. So I think the biggest thing is just building that relationship. I think that's why connection is such a big part, because you never know who you're going to be out there with. So just really being comfortable with who I'm out there with and just really flying around and having fun. I think that's what we're going to do.
How do you think things are going so far for you? I'm sure a guy who's made so many plays over his career, you're itching, but you also don't want to try to do too much and get out of position. How do you kind of balance that?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is just knowing your job and knowing your role. Like when the play comes to you, it's your job to make it. When it comes, it comes. When it doesn't, it doesn't. And I think that's the really good thing about being on this defense. Like you're playing with a group of guys who can do their job at any given point. So just really not trying to overstep. Stay in my lane and do my job and help others out as well.
Malachi, how have you seen different guys step up into leadership roles for some of the vocal leaders?
Yeah, I think a lot of guys are just, stepping into their role that they have and kind of taking ownership, whether that be a leadership role where it's vocal, whether if it's, effort, whether if it's, how you show up in a meeting, how you run at practice. A lot of guys are taking ownership of their role and just kind of, running with it.
Thanks, Malachi.